Are you having a hard time figuring out what to get Dad for Father's Day? You should check out Row 1 Brand's Vintage Pictorum Gallery. They have America's best sports art. With over 7,200 historic sports prints, you're assured to find something unique for Dad this Father's Day. Instead of a boring old tie, get him a historic baseball photo taken by Henry High Sandom at the historic Polo Grounds Stadium in New York City during the 1894 Temple Cup. Or, if he's an NFL buff, check out the 1963 vintage NFL poster. These are so good looking that you'll be amazed how they turn out. Shop now at sportshistorynetwork.com/row1 and save 15% off your order.
Now it's time to take a sports break, a look at sports history on a daily basis. Hello, my friends in sports history. This is Darren Hayes of the Sports Jersey Dispatch. Welcome once again to the Pig Pen, your portal to all things great sports history. And we go into the date of June 13th in sports history, and we have some great uniform numbers that we're going to be discussing today. Jersey numbers 3, 5, and 9 are the magic numbers that we'll be talking about. And June 13th, 1905, future Hall of Fame inductee and New York Giants pitcher Christy Mathewson threw a second career no-hitter, beating the Chicago Cubs 1-0 at the West Side Grounds in Chicago, Illinois. On June 13th, 1921, the New York Yankees had a pretty talented guy on the mound when they faced the Detroit Tigers. The pitcher was none other than Babe Ruth, who hit 2 home runs to help his own cause in the victory over the Tigers 11-8. But this game has a little bit of a backstory, though, and maybe a little bit of a revengeful backstory, as Ruth took the hill, allegedly, in relief with revenge in his heart. And did we mention that Ruth also struck out rival hitter Ty Cobb in the contest? Well, this is after Cobb, in an earlier game in the series, humiliated the Yankees star with discouraging remarks about the Bambino's nose and his waistline. Well, Babe Ruth took a little bit of offense to this, and he got his revenge out not only with his stick, but also from the mound, striking out the great hitter Ty Cobb himself. And a great article that we have there from the Muscatine Journal, Muscatine, Iowa, from June 14th, 1921 on newspapers.com. We have that posted on jerseydispatch.com in this June 13th article. Also, June 13th, 1937, another Yankee, Joe DiMaggio, who wore number 5 for the Yanks, hit 3 consecutive home runs on this day against the St. Louis Browns in a 16-9 final score, as the Yanks flexed their muscles offensively a bit behind their star player of Joe DiMaggio. And he just really a tremendous player himself. You know, the Yankees really had some great stars back then. Speaking of great baseball stars, how about June 13th, 1957? Ted Williams, who wore that jersey number 9, became the first baseball player in the American League to have hit in 2 games in a season where he launched 3 home runs. Now, Williams helped power the Boston Red Sox bats to a win over the Cleveland Indians in that game, 9-3. But can you imagine that? Twice in one season, he had 3 home runs in a single game. That's unbelievable. That's 6 home runs towards, his yearly total on that, just in those 2 games. So that's a great feat there by anybody in any era. On the football side of things, over on PigskinDispatch.com, always celebrating Hall of Fame birthdays from the Pro and College Football Hall of Fames. Well, today is June 13th. Born in 1903, Red Grange was born on this day. We have a great article, and we did a reboot of something we did about a year ago with author Chris Willis and his great book, Red Grange. So we talked quite a bit about Grange in celebration of Grange's birthday. Also, June 13th, 1909, Jack Riley, a fine Northwestern tackle from 1929 to 1931. He was born. We have more about him on PigskinDispatch.com as well. In 1922, on this day, Mel Parnell, American Major League Baseball pitcher of the Boston Red Sox. He was also a coach and a broadcaster in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was born on this day. And American real estate developer, NFL team owner of the Seattle Seahawks, Ken Behring, was born in 1928. Other birthdays include Marcel Lockerman, 1941. He was born. He was an American League baseball manager for the Oakland Athletics. And we had another ice hockey player from Canada, Garnet Bailey, was born in 1948 on this date. Also, happy birthday to Robert Harris, American NFL defensive end, played with the New York Giants back a few decades ago. And we also have a guard of the Baltimore Ravens, former guard, 1972, Sale Isaiah, played for them back in the day. And while we're at it, how about Big Sam Adams, defensive tackle of the Seattle Seahawks? He was born in 1973. And Valerie Bure, NHL right winger of the Montreal Canadiens, also was on their Olympic silver team in 1998. And Dave Roche, 1975, also played in the NHL as a left wing for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Quite a day in sports history and team sports, and we hope you enjoyed this little big segment and take a little sports break from your day. Tune in again tomorrow, and until then, have a great sports history day. This penalty kill is almost over. I got to get back out on the ice. But thanks again for joining us for another great edition of Sports Jersey Dispatch Podcast. We'll see you tomorrow. We invite you to check out our websites, jerseydispatch.com and pigskindispatch.com. Not only see the daily sports history, but to experience the preservation of great events and people that play the games. Find us on Pigskin Dispatch. It's also on social media outlets of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel. You get all your daily sports history. Pigskin Dispatch is happy to be associated with the Sports History Network, the sports headquarters of yesteryear, found at sportshistorynetwork.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
At the Sports History Network, we're all about sports yesteryear, and so we're so pleased to introduce you to Row One, an online memorabilia gallery and shop that brings your sports history to life anywhere. The Row One gallery includes over 5,200 gorgeously reproduced prints of team posters, game program covers, game tickets, advertisements, and more in baseball, pro and college football, pro and college basketball, and more. And any gallery item may be printed in a variety of sizes on wood, metal, canvas, acrylic, or poster paper. And in Row One shop, check out the thousands more of unique items with the retro and historical designs dating back to 1876, including t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, phone cases, mugs, blankets, pillows, towels, and even shower curtains. Go to sportshistorynetwork.com, ROW1, for access to the full Row One catalog and for gallery prints and gift items, plus get a 15% discount off all prints on the Row One Pictorium Gallery with coupon code SHN15. Follow the link on the show notes.